Have you ever wondered why, despite having so much, we often find ourselves feeling dissatisfied? It's a sentiment that's all too familiar, isn't it? We live in an era of abundance where opportunities and resources are plentiful. Yet, we can't shake off this lingering feeling of discontent. It's like a shadow that follows us, subtly whispering that we need more, that we should be more. This dissatisfaction, it's not limited to material possessions. It seeps into every aspect of our lives. We might have a successful career, but we yearn for that next promotion. We may have a loving partner, yet we find ourselves longing for a love like those in romantic novels. We may have a comfortable home, but we dream of a bigger one with a garden and a pool, and the list goes on. This constant yearning, this insatiable hunger for more is part of our human nature. It's what has driven our species forward, pushing us to explore, innovate, and strive for better. But it's a double-edged sword, because while it fuels our progress, it also blinds us from appreciating the present, from recognizing and cherishing what we already have. It's like we were on a treadmill, constantly running, but never quite reaching our destination. Because each time we achieve a goal, we set a new one. Each time we acquire something, we crave something else. This relentless cycle of wanting, getting, and then wanting again, it's exhausting, and it's a surefire recipe for unhappiness. But here's the kicker. What if I told you that there's a hidden switch within us that can break this cycle? What if I told you that there's a simple yet powerful tool that can help us step off this treadmill of constant craving and truly appreciate the wealth of what we already have? But what if there's a way to break this cycle of dissatisfaction? What if there's an antidote to this common human ailment? Would you be interested in finding out more? Well, buckle up, because that's exactly what we're about to dive into. Introduce an antidote that's simple yet so powerful: gratitude. So, what is gratitude? It's more than just saying thank you. Gratitude is a profound appreciation for the good in our lives. It's a recognition of value independent of monetary worth. It's acknowledging the positive things, the blessings, the small wins that we often overlook. It's about shifting our focus from what's missing in our lives to what's already present. Consider this: we're often so caught up in our pursuit of more that we fail to appreciate what we already have. We miss out on the beauty of the present moment, the joy in the little things, the love in our relationships, and the abundance in our lives. Let's illustrate this with a story. Meet John, a man who, like many of us, was always chasing something more. He was dissatisfied with his job, his relationships, and his life in general. He was always focused on what he didn't have, what he was missing out on. One day, John stumbled upon an article about gratitude. Intrigued, he decided to give it a try. He started a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things he was grateful for each day. At first, it was challenging. He struggled to find things to be thankful for. But as he continued, he found it easier. He began to notice the good in his life. He started appreciating his job, his relationships, and his life. John's perspective shifted. He was no longer focused on what he didn't have, but what he did have. He found joy in the little things, love in his relationships, and satisfaction in his job. He was happier, more content, and more at peace with his life. John's story isn't unique. Countless people have experienced a significant change in their perspective and overall happiness by practicing gratitude. It's not about denying the bad in our lives, but about acknowledging the good. It's about shifting our focus from dissatisfaction to appreciation, from lack to abundance. That's the transformative power of gratitude. Now, you might be wondering, how does gratitude work as an antidote to dissatisfaction? Well, let's delve into that. Gratitude is like a spotlight, illuminating the good in our lives that we often overlook. It helps us appreciate what we have, rather than constantly yearning for more. This appreciation creates a sense of contentment, reducing our cravings for more and thus dialing down dissatisfaction. When we express gratitude, we acknowledge the value of something. We recognize its worth, and this can shift our focus from what's missing in our lives to the abundance that's already present. This shift in perspective is powerful. It can transform our mindset, making us feel happier and more content with our lives. But don't just take my word for it. There's a wealth of scientific evidence that supports the benefits of gratitude. Researchers have found that people who regularly practice gratitude by taking time to notice and reflect upon the things they're thankful for experience more positive emotions, feel more alive, sleep better, express more compassion and kindness, and even have stronger immune systems. In one study, psychologists Dr. Robert Emmons and Dr. Michael McCullough asked participants to write a few sentences each week, focusing on particular topics. One group wrote about things they were grateful for that had occurred during the week. A second group wrote about daily irritations or things that had displeased them, while the third wrote about events that had affected them, but they were not asked to emphasize them in a positive or negative way. After 10 weeks, those who wrote about gratitude were more optimistic and felt better about their lives. Surprisingly, they also exercised more and had fewer visits to physicians than those who focused on sources of aggravation. So gratitude not only makes us happier, but it also helps us deal with hardships more effectively. It's like a secret weapon, a tool we can use to combat dissatisfaction and transform it into satisfaction. It's a powerful force we all have access to, and all it requires is a shift in perspective. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a practice. Just as you would learn a new skill or hone an old one, the cultivation of gratitude requires dedication, effort, and time. Now let's delve into some practical ways you can incorporate gratitude into your everyday life. One of the simplest and most effective ways to cultivate gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. This doesn't have to be anything fancy. A notebook or even a digital document will do. The idea is to jot down a few things each day that you're thankful for. These could be as simple as a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a phone call with an old friend, or the sound of laughter filling your home. The act of writing down these moments of gratitude has a way of solidifying them in our minds, creating a reservoir of positivity that we can draw from in more challenging times. Another way to practice gratitude is by expressing thanks to others. Whether it's a heartfelt thank you to a colleague who helped you, a note of appreciation to a friend, or a simple word of thanks to a stranger who showed you kindness. Expressing gratitude not only uplifts those around us, but it also reinforces our own awareness of the good in our lives. A third method to cultivate gratitude is by taking a few moments each day to reflect on what you're thankful for. This could be done during a quiet moment in the morning, during a walk, or even while stuck in traffic. The key here is consistency. Just like any other practice, gratitude becomes more natural the more we do it. Now, it's important to remember that some days will be harder than others. There will be times when the negatives seem to outweigh the positives. But that's when the practice of gratitude can be most powerful. By shifting our focus to the good, we can find joy even in the midst of hardship. Remember, the more you practice gratitude, the more you'll see its positive effects. So, start today and see the transformation unfold in your life. So, what can you expect when you start practicing gratitude? Picture this. You're walking along a path, and with each step, the weight on your shoulders feels lighter. You're experiencing a sense of freedom, a newfound joy that seems to radiate from within. This is the gift of gratitude, a treasure waiting to be unlocked by each and every one of us. When you begin to cultivate gratitude in your daily life, the first thing you'll notice is a significant boost in your overall happiness. It's like turning up the brightness on a dimly lit scene. Suddenly, the world around you appears more vibrant, more alive. You start to see the beauty in the ordinary, the extraordinary in the mundane. The simple act of acknowledging the good in your life fills you with a deep sense of contentment that radiates from within, touching every aspect of your life. But the rewards of gratitude go far beyond personal happiness. As you become more grateful, you'll find your relationships improving as well. Gratitude fosters a sense of empathy and understanding, allowing you to connect with others on a deeper level. It helps you appreciate the people in your life, not for what they can give you, but for who they are. The result? More meaningful and fulfilling relationships. Beyond happiness and relationships, practicing gratitude also cultivates a more positive outlook on life. It's like putting on a pair of rose-tinted glasses. Suddenly, the challenges you face seem less daunting, the obstacles less insurmountable. Even in the face of adversity, you're able to find the silver lining, the lessons to be learned. Gratitude teaches you to see the good in every situation, empowering you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. In essence, gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to a more fulfilling life. It's a powerful antidote to dissatisfaction, a beacon of light in a world that can sometimes seem dark and dreary. So, if you're seeking more happiness, deeper relationships, and a more positive outlook on life, why not give gratitude a try? Gratitude has the power to transform your life, so why not give it a try?